RIT Sports Zone Live proudly welcomes you to the campus of the Rochester Institute of Technology, where today in a non-conference matchup, the Tigers host the Bombers of Ithaca. Glad you're with us here today. A great day for lacrosse. Gene Battaglia with Craig Grabzinski. The winning streak continues for the RIT Tigers. Now 52 straight in the regular season, thanks to the 19-6 win Saturday over Union College. And Craig, that was truly a statement win by the Tigers.
I was going to say it's a pretty dominating effort. They dominated from the opening faceoff all the way to the final whistle. Great goaltending, awesome job in the 10-man ride, and then offensively they were spectacular.
It's a great non-conference matchup today as the Tigers rank second in Division III, Ithaca at number 8. Craig, this is a young team.
Yeah, they only have 4 seniors on this team. They're looking to get better each and every game, coming off a big win, 19-2 over Houghton. They're 8th ranked in the country. They could give RIT a big test this afternoon.
And our player to watch today, number 18, Jake Cotton.
Jake Cotton, great around the net, very opportunistic young man, a sophomore. They're looking for big things out of him, not only this year, but in the future as well. 13th in the country this year in scoring.
Well, the RIT Tigers come in today undefeated. Again, no problems last Saturday, but today a tough matchup. But Ithaca has a lot to contend with, not only offensively, but defensively. Matt Hosick, one of the best two-way players in all of Division III lacrosse.
Second time he's been named Liberty League Player of the Week, and Matt Hosick can do it all. He was 7 of 11 on the faceoffs. He can assist, he can score goals. He can pretty much do everything. He's that dynamic of a player.
Well, the Tigers back on the grass field here today, taking on the Bombers. To get the win, what do they have to do today?
Well, first and foremost, what RIT has to do, finish their opportunities. When they have it in tight, they have to take high percentage shots, and they did that on Saturday, and we saw the end result of that was 19 goals. Then for Ithaca, what do they have to do? Ithaca needs to play mistake-free lacrosse. Do not give RIT any other opportunities. They're going to do whatever they can with the ball when they have it. You can't give it back to them and create other opportunities. And lastly, RIT needs to play sound defense against the 3rd highest scoring team in Division III lacrosse.
A great matchup. 2 of the top 10 teams in Division III lacrosse. RIT ranked number 2, Ithaca ranked number 8. We'll have the face-off coming up next. This is RIT Sports Zone Live on the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. RIT number 2 in the nation, taking on the Bombers of Ithaca today. Beautiful day for lacrosse. Some wispy clouds above, and the Tigers certainly a program that has turned it around under Jake Kuhn. Since Jake Kuhn has gotten here, Craig, this Tiger program has done some great things.
Absolutely. I mean, they're always in the national conversation, you know, when it comes to top teams and in Division III lacrosse. Jake Kuhn, 7th season at RIT, the winningest coach in RIT history. You see his record 121-15, and that spectacular win streak he's got going, 6 straight conference titles. 2013 runner-up, they only lost by 1 goal, and 6 straight NCAA appearances. Just a fantastic job by Jake Kuhn.
If anything's different this year, could this be the year the Tigers get over the hump? I mean, they have wins over the number 7, the number 12, number 14, number 5, and then Middlebury was number 7 later on, Stevenson earlier in the year, Union at number 17. Now they take on the number 8 team in the college. This is as tough a schedule as anyone in lacrosse.
Yeah, I would say so, certainly. I mean, I think today is like the 8th team that they've played all season long that's a ranked opponent. I mean, you don't really see that in any sport, lacrosse, football, baseball, you name it. RIT definitely does not have any what they call powder puffs on their schedule. They're playing all really good quality teams.
Now Ithaca College, they play in the Empire 8, getting a win over Houghton 19-2, as we mentioned in the pregame. This is an Ithaca team, though, that is kind of ramping up to the Liberty League. They join in 2 years. They'll be leaving the Empire.
Well, Jeff Long's their head coach. It's his 29th season with the Bombers. He's National Hall of Famer in the U.S. Lacrosse Hall of Fame. If there's anyone that can take that program to the next level, it's certainly Coach Long.
Grant Osachi will take the draw here for the Bombers. And for the RIT Tigers, Jake Kuhn will mix it up throughout the game. This will be Anthony Contento taking the draw. You'll see Matt Hosick in there. Brandon Buscalia also at some points today. RIT Sports Zone Live, proud to bring this game to you here today on the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. And the draw Won by the Tigers. Getting to that ground ball is Dan Labaco. He started the scoring Saturday. Here's Hoskick in transition, firing to Lee, and that hits the crossbar. That'll carry him out till midfield. So the Tigers a great opportunity, but they will maintain possession.
I was going to say, that was almost a mirror image of how the game started Saturday. Lee right there, but unfortunately this time he hits the crossbar.
Tigers maintaining possession. RIT in the home whites with the black and orange trim. Bombers in their traditional navy blue. Inside of the box, Jay Vacner. Fairport with it, number 23. Sturzen is the player in the middle of this formation. Vacner entering the box. Vacner. Footwork there by the Ithaca defense. Tigers will pull back as Sturzen pulling back up top. Tigers running an empty set here as they work it around. Zaleski will give it up. On the far side, Wallace didn't like it. He'll pull back. And Tigers being patient, a little more than a minute gone by here in this game. Zaleski. Get around that defender. That's Landsberg. Now here's Lee, playmaker on this team. He'll give it back up. And the shot and the goal. Wallace gets our first goal today.
Nice patience by Wallace. We said they like to take high quality shots. It's quality, not quantity. That's what Sean Wilkins preaches, and Wallace goes high, stick side, and it's 1-0 RIT.
Braden Wallace with the goal for RIT. That's his 19th of the season.
We talked about ground balls. Coach Long said RIT notoriously is one of the best ground ball teams in the country, so they had to do well and at least get even, if not win that ground ball battle today.
And the draw is won by the Tigers. That's Stephen Ricci getting the win there for the Tigers. On the far side, for 44, Chad Levick getting a touch. So Levick and Lee, it's a nice 1-2 tandem, but Tigers have so many guys that can score.
Yeah, it helps too that those two have been playing together since they were 4 years old up in Canada. And that's the reason that Levick transferred over to RIT is because of Ryan Lee.
Zaleski will give it up. Lee is on the bottom left of your screen. Instead, it goes the opposite side to Sturzen. Fairport grad will send it outside of the box, and the Tigers reset here. The run here coming. Shot and the goal. Down low, it's Sturzen. Sturzen on the feed from Vacner, and it's 2-0.
And Kyle Sturzen coming off a 4-goal, 1-assist performance in the win on Saturday. Makes the pretty feed down low and cashes in. That's 2 goals from in tight, and RIT up 2-0.
Back at the face-off X. So Sturzen, a player that now in his senior year was part of that Fairport team that went deep in the state run, getting the assist from his former Fairport teammate. Here's Ricci. Ricci fires and the save is made. So first save today by Scott Sydenham. And now in transition, Ithaca will get the clear. First time the Bombers go on offense today. And I'm sure Ithaca well aware of that great ride by RIT in the win over Union. Craig, I thought that was one of the main reasons why the Tigers cruised to a victory. There was a string of 4 straight unsuccessful clears by Union in that game.
Yeah, probably one of the toughest teams on the ride in all of Division III lacrosse. And I told Coach Long, I said, I think the last time we talked, you guys came up here and played. He goes, yeah, we got beat pretty bad. Thanks for reminding me. And that was because of the ride of RIT.
Shumway with it on the far side. Player to watch, the top scorers in Division III. He's a sophomore, Jake Cotton, number 18. He's camped out in front. Bombers, though, having some difficulty getting him. That's Matt Hosick defensively, harassing Stephen Morrell, number 7. Ground ball near midfield, but quickly swooped up by the Bombers. Janice Savage, number 22, getting that ground ball. Fitzpatrick, the shot and the goal, and it's 2-1.
And Morrell with the shot from the left wing side. Sets his feet and lets this one rip. Nice shot high to high. And the Bombers within 1.
So Morrell, sophomore from Palmyra, getting the goal and giving assist to Kalen Fitzpatrick on that play. 2-1. Ricci getting that face-off win. And he's in trouble, able to advance into the box. He'll step off, and the Tigers will check in their personnel. Schuster getting a run, number 21 here, so some different Tigers getting touches. It's Cam Isaac also in there, the Webster Thomas grad, number 8. He'll give it up. Bo Riley had some good touches on Saturday. He is also in here. And that's the benefit of here at RIT. They are just so deep, you can mix and match here at any point.
Yeah, depth at every position, especially offensively.
Riley had it knocked away, quickly picking that one up. Lee in the left corner, that is where he likes to work from. Here's Isaac. The feed going back up top. Down low to off the stick, might have been deflected there by Keith Morrissey, and it's going to go over to Ithaca. Good idea trying to get it to Ryan Lee, just couldn't make it work there.
Yeah, couldn't feather that in. Good job defending right in front of their goalkeeper, Sydenham.
And that, I could see what he was thinking there, Craig. We've seen from time to time the Tiger goalies come out and help out on the ride. That time Jared Lee was out, and Sydenham was going for it all and just missing.
Yeah, 4-year player for Coach Long. He actually has never missed a game in his college career.
And then you compare that, as the Tigers here with some issues trying to get the clear. Jay Kuhn seems pretty, when you talk to him, is he comfortable going 50-50 as the Tigers will turn it over here? And Ithaca in transition will set it up. We've seen alternating goalies for RIT throughout this year.
Yeah, he seems pretty comfortable. He said they both can stop the ball. They're both good in the clearing game. You know, Nesbitt and Jared Lee, I think he's pretty confident in both of his goalies.
Shot and it never got through, actually. And the ground ball to the near side. Can the Tigers save it? They cannot. Here's a fast break opportunity in front and the goal. The assist going to Jake Cotton with the goal. That is Greg Drillick. And it is now a 2-2 game. The Tigers with another unsuccessful clear.
Yeah, just an unfortunate play. It's kept in on the near sideline. After the deflection, you see the defenseman going after it. He's able to keep it in. Unfortunately, Harris's pass goes right into an Ithaca stick, right in front of the net. And that one is pounded home by Drillick, and we're tied at 2.
That would be an interesting question for Coach Kuhn. Is that better to just let it go out of bounds and then rather, maybe set up your defense properly, shoot it blindly? Who knows? Here's another good ride by the Bombers. RIT's in for a game here today as Ithaca in transition. Fitzpatrick will pull back. He'll give it back to Morrell. Morrell will step out of the box. 2-2 is our score.
Well, they wanted to keep the game plan simple and play mistake-free lacrosse, and right now they are doing exactly that here in the early going.
Has the ball on the right side here. It'll be Walker taking it behind the cage. Sending it back up top to Morrell, who has a goal today. Fitzpatrick, number 24. As Morrell on the far side, trying to get around Hall. Hall strips it. Pause turnover for J.D. Hall, and now the Tigers with a clearing opportunity. In transition, there's a check. Good play there by number 24, Kalen Fitzpatrick. Ground ball at midfield. Craig, is there any doubt lacrosse is a physical sport?
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't want to be in one of those scrums, especially when you're on the bottom.
So good strip by Hall, but the Tigers again, issues getting it over midfield here today. 2-2 here early on. As the slap in the face, fans wanted a call on Hosick. They're not going to get it. As Harris comes over to scoop that one up, he's going to pull back, find a man, and Hosick now will send it on up. Here the Tigers in transition. Lee fires, and the save is made. Sydenham somehow got back.
Yeah, just able to get back. He got the right foot on it to keep it out.
And the successful clear here. Here's the long stick and a good strip there by the Tigers. Harris coming over, trying to get to that ground ball. And that will just go out of bounds. It's Tiger ball.
Hey, listen to me for timeouts, okay? Hey, listen up for the timeouts, 90. Listen up. Listen up. All you want to.
Tigers will get the clear this time as Lee feeding it down low to Levick. Levick trying to go off the side of the net. And the ball scooped up by the Bombers. That is going to be Morrissey helping to lead the charge here, getting that ground ball. Sturzen running around trying to force the issue. Bombers sending it up, and a goal from way, way out. Both arms up in the air. That is Eli Gobrecht, the defender. And Craig, it's apparent that the Bombers have done a little film work here on RIT.
Absolutely, and you know what? Union tried that twice unsuccessfully. And Ithaca, on their second attempt, is able to launch it from their end of the field all the way down into the empty net. Is RIT with the 10-man ride. The net was vacated. And a pretty exciting goal there if you're a defenseman.
In the outdoor pro game, do they still count that for two? They used to, I know.
And Major League Lacrosse, absolutely, that would be a two-pointer very easily. You're in your own box and you're firing it all the way down.
Yeah. Well, if you're Jake Kuhn, are you really upset by a goal like that? I mean, it's a heck of a shot.
Yeah, I think 9 times out of 10 that's not going in, but unfortunately his team's down 3-2 on that long distance shot.
Della Puca losing his footing, but he's just going to throw it away. Not sure what he was thinking. Cotton was closest in the area. And they will say it went off a Tiger, and out of bounds it'll go remaining Ithaca ball. Della Puca, cross feed, shot and a goal. On the far side, that's Jack Shumway, number 14 with the goal, and the Bombers with a 4-2 lead.
Ithaca on a nice run right here as we take another look.
Timeout, RIT. With our score, Ithaca 4, RIT 2. 5:04 remaining in the first. This is Sports Online. Things started off okay for the Tigers. Goals by Wallace and Sturzen, 2-0, but the Bombers going on a little 4-0 run here to take a 4-2 lead.
4-0 run, a lot of that courtesy of 5 RIT early turnovers. So great defense, great ride by Ithaca right now, and they got the 2-goal advantage.
It just seems like Ithaca's being a little more aggressive. We didn't see that out of Union. Union was kind of dropping back. I don't even know if you would call it a ride, so to speak, on Saturday. But Here, Ithaca challenging RIT. We'll see if the Tigers can adjust. As at the face-off X, here's the ground ball. Lee fires, sends it high and wide, but oh, they're going to say, yes, that's a good call, as the veteran Scott Sydenham getting closest to where it went out.
Yeah, great hustle getting off the line for Sydenham.
Mikey, you gotta
He said
get tighter.
4-year starter, 2-time Empire 8 Goalie of the Year is the senior.
And they try for the open net again, and it's going to go back over to RIT.
Attack them.
I figured he got it the last time. Might as well bid for it again.
Now, statistically speaking, and certainly RIT being the school for statistics.
Very low percentage.
Yeah,
You're gonna
exactly.
hit
Yeah. Take my chances if I'm the Tigers. Wallace will give it up here. The Tigers being cautious on the clear, and it's going to result in a ground ball nonetheless. Scoop up by Andrew Dietz, and the Bombers in transition. Down low, shot Shumway with his second in transition. Shumway from Janusovic, and it's now 5-2.
Yeah, unsettled situation off another turnover. And the Bombers make them pay. You see the turnover, and very quickly moving that ball through the midfield. Janusovic over on the left wing side, and then the low shot. And the Bombers are really having a great early going here, 5-2.
All right, so we have a game here today, Craig.
Absolutely, you got 2 against 8, and Ithaca brought their A game today.
Ricci able to get the face-off win as he will give it up to Sturzen on the far side. Now for the Tigers here, Craig, let's just settle things down here.
Like I said, set up for some good high percentage shots. They just really haven't been able to get anything going. They had those 2 early inside goals, but thus far it's just trying to covet that ball and not turn it over.
Zaleski give it over to the far side. Levick in the middle of the field. Lee is cutting to the middle of the field as well. Sturzen didn't like it and reverses it. Down to 3:15 remaining in this first. Give and go. Down low, shot and a goal. Again, Craig, as you mentioned, the 2-man game so big, and for the Tigers, that is Alex Zaleski with the goal number 31.
Yeah, nice play, and that ends the 5-0 Bombers run. See Lee just feed it right through the middle. Beats his defender and fires it low by Sydenham.
Let's go, D.
So a good goal there for the Tigers, and breaking that 5-0 run. Ricci back at the face-off X for RIT. He's going to get another one here.
Alex Zaleski, assisted by number 45,
ball,
Ryan
midfield.
Lee.
It's going to squirt out to the near side. Going to be picked up by the long pole. That is Patrick Hannigan. And the Tigers will set up their offense.
Well, the game plan today, Coach Long said, they're going to score a lot of goals, or just try not to create offense for them. You have to play a simple defensive game. And right now, limiting RIT to just 3 goals.
Good time, Bill.
Backner is will give it up. Stepping out of the field is Zaleski. That'll be Lee on the near side. Feeding it back up, and it's going to be a ground ball back over to Ithaca. An unforced error there for the Tigers.
Yeah, the pass skips off the grass and past the stick of Wallace, and now Ithaca will have another opportunity.
Second game on grass here for the Tigers. The previous home games on their turf field. So at this point, We can't use that as an excuse, right, Greg?
No, definitely not, especially when it's your home field. This is Ithaca's first time on grass this year. It's interesting, their offense, it seems every game Ithaca's got a different player that steps up. It's just not one player this year. It's multiple. That's good to have on offense.
Ground ball. Shumway will fire that one wide, and oh, they're going to say closest to it was Ithaca. RIT crowd not liking that. Still Bomber possession. As Morrell will give it up. Januszkiewicz takes it behind the cage. He's guarded by Herrick. Januszkiewicz fires and scores. John Januszkiewicz from Orchard Park gives Ithaca a 6-3 lead.
Yeah, the junior attackman, nice nifty move. Starts from X, works his way around the near corner, and fires a low shot by Lee.
1:15 remaining here in the first, so a big face-off here coming up. Which that's we'll get the official stats here from Chuck Hinkle in a second, but the Tigers have done pretty well to face-off X here today. That's a strange thing. And here is Ricci again getting another win.
Yeah, turnovers and ground balls. That's been the story.
Yeah, and there you have it, a turnover and a ground ball, Greg, right on cue. And Ithaca here, well, they could hold for the last shot, and they very well may do that here with 50 seconds. If you're playing the #2 team in the nation, you want to take the air out of the ball, so to speak.
Yeah, you got to set up for a good high-quality shot here. 6-3, you can go up 4. It's a great start for a road game, especially against unbeaten RIT.
Januszkiewicz will now give it up. Back up top this goes. The shot and the big save is made. Going down low for the Tigers. That's Jared Lee.
Yeah, the Australian with a nice save. Scoops it up. Came here for his major, as a lot of RIT Tigers, and his brother actually played here at one point. He walked on and became one of the starters.
Here's Wallace in transition, and they will still say Tiger ball. We've got 9 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time here as Sturzen quickly brings it in. Sturzen giving up to Lee. Lee in front. Shot knocked down. Ground ball near side, and that will do it here. Good start for the visitors today from Ithaca. After 1, it's Ithaca 6, RIT 3 here on Sports Zone Live.
Your RIT Tigers 3.
It's a Jake Kuhn coaching up his team here. After 1, Craig, what can you cite as the reason or reasons the Tigers are down by 3?
Only 3 of 6 on clears and 8 turnovers for the Tigers in that first quarter.
8 turnovers.
8 very uncharacteristic. I bet if you looked back at last game, they may have had less than that the entire game against the win against Union.
And the Tigers did a great job. Face-offs, 9 of 10, led by Stephen Ricci, who's going to take another 1 here. So usually that leads to success, except when you can't get your possessions going or you're giving the ball up 8 times. My goodness. We begin the second. Ricci in position here to win another draw. Ground ball. Ricci will get to it. And now it'll be actually Ithaca coming away with it. Bombers in transition. Shot off the iron. That shot by Shumway. He was looking for his 3rd today. And that'll be the keeper now. Will fling it out near midfield. It's a ground ball. And the Tigers fend off. No, the Bombers quicker to it. And another turnover here for RIT as Shumway brings it into the box. Fitzpatrick will give it up to Morrell. Takes it behind the cage, now to the far side. Januszkiewicz. Now back into the box. It goes to Kalen Fitzpatrick, number 24, guarded by J.D. Hall. And And the empty set here by the Bombers, working it around the perimeter. It's Cotton. Now goes back over to the far side to Janiskevich. A shot save made by Lee. Not sure if it was off the side of the net, but Lee nonetheless gathers it up. And the Tigers, here comes a clearing attempt. Bosco here will bring it over, and the Tigers will get the clear.
Hey, twos are up, twos are up, twos are up.
Kosick staying on the field, the long pole for the time being. Now he'll step off as Chad Levick on the near side. Wallace checking in. And Wagner, number 23, also there, and Selesky, the final player to check in here for the Tigers.
Move your feet, move your feet.
Also getting a run, Drew Tosaya, who had 2 goals in the win over Union, number 4. Tosaya, and the big save is made. Tosaya down low, denied by the keeper, Scott Sidman.
34.
Another clearing attempt. Sidnam. Tigers being very aggressive here on this ride, and again, they are going with a 10-man ride. And getting back is Jared Lee into the cage. Morrell outside of the box, and the successful clear here for the Bombers. 6-3 is our score. If you're just tuning in, RIT jumping off to the 2-0 lead, a 5-0 run for the Bombers, and we're at a 6-3 margin right now.
Be down with him. Be down with him. Play with him. Play with him. Hey, just step around. It's not zone.
Della Puga, number 5, will give that up. Dillick, who has a goal earlier in this game outside the box, so
get out of there. They're not in the zone.
cutting in front is Shumway. Janiskevich trying to get around the defender. Janiskevich giving it up. Shumway firing it wide. Who's closest? And they're going to rule over to the Tigers. Great defense there by RIT.
Yeah, great defense to bat that one away. The shot from the near side, Patrick Hannigan. A piece of that one.
Stay, Ursu, stay.
Lee will give it up. Knocked away. Round ball midfield and another turnover for RIT. Their 10th today. In transition, Janiskevich feeding it down low to Cotton. And it's 7-3 on the goal by number 18, Jake Cotton.
So Jake Cotton gets his first goal of the afternoon. 13th in the Division III lacrosse. You see it's knocked away by Lee, a very nice play, but then scooped up, and here they come. Great ball movement. And it lands in the stick of Cotton, who fakes fakes low and goes high over Lee.
Stat courtesy of Chuck Hinkle. The Tigers' season high in turnovers is 19, and they already have 10 today, and we still have 10:26 remaining in the second.
College goal scored by number 18, Jake Cotton. Assisted by number 22, John Janiskevich.
Round ball, Ithaca dishing it back, and it'll be RIT ball.
Yeah, turnover. Sidnam couldn't scoop that one up. I think he was surprised that it got played back to him.
Josiah will camp out behind the cage here. Getting another run in. And turnover number 11 for the
The
Tigers.
offense looks very out of sync right now.
Now the Tigers are going to have to find different ways here, and one way is to perhaps get a takeaway themselves here on the ride. Ithaca knocked down. Good defensive play there. Knocked down there by Eli Solomon. And the shot and the goal, and the Tigers have cut it. Now to 7-4.
And the man that you want to have the ball, Ryan Lee. From the left wing side, Salama after the great play at one end of the field. And then that low shot beat Sydenham. And RIT within 3.
Also, for all that has not gone right for the Tigers here early in this game, you still have more than a half of lacrosse to play. Only down by 3.
Well, you know, in the games that they actually trailed this year, they had 2 one-goal wins. They said the one thing that really kept everyone upbeat was head coach Jake Kuhn. He said he kept encouraging us to press, to play our game. And things would eventually go in their direction. And he was right. They won both of those one-goal
by
games.
number 26.
Ricci
Dan
winning the draw.
Lobosco.
Tigers in transition. Levick shoots and scores. Chad Levick with the goal, number 44.
Chad Levick, the big man, he loves to set up shop right in front of the cage. And you'll see here, receives the feed, and he's got all the time in the world to fire that one home.
Give an assist on that to number 42, Matt Hosick. And now the Tigers on a little mini run of their own here, 2-0, and now that cuts the Ithaca lead to 7-5.
Only down 2 goals, and they definitely have not played their best lacrosse.
RIT goal scored by
Hosick
number
will
44,
catch that on the
Chad
fly.
Levick.
Pressing down low
Assisted by
to
number
Levick.
42, Matt
Again,
Hosick.
Hosick to Levick, and that RIT sideline pumped up right now. And the Tigers have cut it to 1.
From one Canadian to another is Levick with his 2nd in a row. His ground ball is so valuable in the face-off win, and then here goes Matt Hosick. Levick grabs that high pass, goes low stick side. It's a 1-goal game.
Timeout called by Ithaca, 7-6. The Bombers with a 1-goal lead here in the second on
The
Sports Zone
Bombers
Live.
call timeout.
A lacrosse Hall of Famer in Jeff Long talking to his Bomber team. Is a nice little run there. Happened very quickly for the Tigers.
3 goals in 18 seconds. Those last 2, just 8 seconds apart. That's how explosive that offense is. You're only down 1 goal now.
And the guy to watch, not only Ricci, but number 42, Matt Hosick, with 2 assists in transition. And Ricci not able to get to this one. Ground ball, and the Bombers will control here as they get into the box, and then going up high, and the flag comes in from the far side. And a contact to the head there, and we'll have our first man up here today, and it's going to go in favor of Ithaca, but they'll use the time here to get off a good shot. Walker takes it behind the cage. Outside of the box to Januszkiewicz. Fitzpatrick on the far side, fires. Lee with the save, and the whistle will blow. And the Tigers will be manned down.
So a hold coming up on RIT.
RIT penalty on number
Matt
42, Matt Hosick. A 30-second technical foul for holding.
So Ithaca with a 1-goal lead, and they go on their first man up.
Bombers will work it around as Fitzpatrick deals it to the near side, dropped momentarily by Della Puca. Down low, shot and a goal. All alone down low, Michael Walker. Walker, one of the few seniors on this team, getting the goal. And that gives Ithaca a 2-goal lead.
You see the feet in front of the net. Walker slides from behind the net, catches, and finishes right in front. One of the senior captains. And it's a 2-goal advantage for the Bombers.
It breaks the RIT run of 3-0. And it's 8-6 Bombers.
Ithaca College goal scored by number 27, Michael Walker.
He will win the
Assisted
draw
by
with a
number
ground
18,
ball.
Jake Cotton.
Big scrum. And for the Tigers coming away with it, that's Dan Labasco with the ground ball, giving the Tigers the possession. Sturgeon stepping onto the field. Tosai on the far side will give it up.
Chevy, watch for him slipping upfield.
Selesky outside the box to Sturgeon. Wallace trying to find Selesky, make that Sturgeon, I beg your pardon. Ground ball on the near side. Levick trying to fight in there, still being contested. Big scrum, finally the Tigers will scoop it up. And Wallace, give him the credit on that ground ball and then runs out of danger. Feed down low, Sturgeon got in too deep, he'll pull back. Tosaya sending it up top. Tosaya with the assist to, who else? Number 45, Ryan Lee with the goal.
Ryan Leaf again from that left wing side. Pretty feed in front, and he's got all the time and space that he needs, and he fires that one home. And if I'm not mistaken, I know after last game he had 6 points. I believe he's 7th overall now in RIT history in points.
And he's still got a full year to go here.
Yeah, absolutely. 293 the record, Dave Thering. I remember this summer at a lacrosse camp, someone asked Dave Thering about where he played his college lacrosse. He said RIT, and one of the other counselors said, yeah, he's the all-time leading point getter at RIT. And he goes, I don't know for how much longer.
RIT goal, his second of the game, scored by number 45, Ryan Lee. Assisted by number 4, Drew Tosaya.
Januszkiewicz to feed down low, and there's a transitional goal. Januszkiewicz to number 14, Jack Shumway. That is the third today for Shumway. It's back to a 2-goal game.
So Ithaca comes right back, and they've got an answer for RIT. Januszkiewicz, nice feed down low, and Shumway buries it.
Good job, Jack. Good finish.
Landsberg will once again take this for the Bombers against Stephen Ricci for RIT.
Smart, brother. 13. Go, Jack. Mommy's got you padded up well. Hey, Jack. Do.
Ithaca College goal, his third of the game, scored by number 14, Jack Shumway.
Ground ball.
Assisted by number 22, John Januszkiewicz.
And that'll be picked up by Shumway. The Bombers have won the last 2 faceoffs. Here they have the possession with a 2-goal lead to go with it. Delapuka will wait for substitutions. Delapuka, nice move. From his knees, bounces it in. I'm not sure that's how you draw it up, but it works nonetheless. That's Josh Delapuka, the freshman midi. It's now 10-7 Ithaca.
Well, he stays with the play. He takes on the RIT defender. You can see him. Fake, nice move. And as he's falling to the ground, he fires it, and the bounce shot goes into the top corner of the net.
Awaiting the whistle.
Ithaca College goal, scored by number 5,
Ricci
Josh Delapuka.
wins it, but gives it up quickly. Labasco will find Hasek. And the Bombers get back defensively. And Tigers go back to work on offense as Chad Levick will take it outside the box. 6:10 remaining here in the second. It's Ithaca leading 10-7. Lee on the far side, and Tigers working the empty set here, and now they'll go into motion. Selesky will pull back. Vachner behind the back pass to Levick that goes off a stick in front, and that'll carry him out of bounds. Still Tiger ball. Vachner entering the box. Wallace to the far side to Selesky. Selesky in front, that goes off a stick, ground ball. Levick fighting for it. Levick gets knocked down. Tigers, though, able to pick it up. That's Tasai with the ground ball. Tasai feeding it down low, and then the behind the back attempt by Lee. It'll still be Tiger ball.
Yeah, just flip that one wide of the net. We'll see what he can do with it now.
Long possession here for the Tigers as Selesky will hand it off. Here's Wallace. Fires and scores! Changing that eye level, Braden Wallace getting his second of this game, and it's back to now a 2-goal mark.
So Wallace, who hails from Oakville, Ontario, with the long outside shot, he backed his way in, looked, had some time, and rips that one low to high.
Oakville, Ontario, home to RIT goaltender Allie Binnington, also to former Tiger captain Dan Ringwald of that Frozen 4 team. I think RIT has a recruiting office.
Jordan McIntosh.
That's it too. I mean, we can go on and on here.
RIT goal, his second of the
Oakville
game.
connection.
Scored by number 13,
As
Braden
now the
Wallace. Assisted
Draw
by
one
number
by the
31,
Bombers, but the
Alex
Tigers get back
Selesky.
defensively. Selesky getting an assist on that last Tiger goal. Januszkiewicz entering the box. And he'll pull back. 4:28 remaining here in the second. And that goes off a stick in front, and they'll go out of bounds. Still,
I think that went off of Hasek.
you think it did? Okay.
Got right in the shooting lane and knocked that one away.
Walker will hand it back. Morrell. Fitzpatrick, and now it'll be back to Morrell. Morrell fires, save made by Lee. The rebound to the near side, and it's still Ithaca ball.
Great hustle on that near sideline. Fitzpatrick diving to the near sideline to keep possession for the Bombers.
The Bombers come in with a winning streak of 10 today, and even though it's non-conference for them, they are playing all out here today.
Longest winning streak since 2009 for Ithaca.
They are no doubt the team to beat in the Empire 8. 3:20 remaining here in the second. Januszkiewicz going right between the legs. And John Januszkiewicz, the co-captain of this team, back to a 3-goal game.
I say, I really like his game. Januszkiewicz, nice shifty little player. Gets it on his off wing and goes 5-hole on Lee. And the Bombers
You gotta hold those pipes hard.
now increase their lead.
Go, Jack. Need a ball here, White. Let's go. Let's go, Shed. Come on, Force.
Ithaca College goal, his second of the game. Scored by number 22, John Januszkiewicz.
Ricci has it knocked
Assisted by
away.
number
Here's Hasek,
24,
fires and
Taylor
scores.
Fitzpatrick.
Hasek does not waste any time picking up that ground ball. He's one of the best two-way players in the nation, and it's now 11-9.
You'll see Matt Hossack. This is a broken play. The ball is stripped away. Matt Hossack comes right in, scoops it up, and fires a low shot in.
Well, he saw the Tigers score 3 goals in the span of 18 seconds earlier in this quarter. Well, the opportunity here maybe to get another run as Ricci back at the face-off X.
RIT goal scored by number 42, Matt
Hossack.
Hossack.
Scooping up that ground ball.
Yeah, he's just so good. 2015 Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, All-American. Drafted in Major League Lacrosse by the Denver Outlaws. I think the sky's the limit for Matt Hossack.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun for him, and we're going to have a feature actually coming up at the half. Matt Hossack, RIT Sports Zone, with a feature. After he's done here at RIT, he's not done playing lacrosse. He's going to be heading to the Mile High City.
And I would assume that he's going to be one of the first-round picks in the National Lacrosse League in the September draft as well.
Yeah, you might as well tell Mr. Stiers to take a look. Good to have him here with the Nighthawks, perhaps, as now Sturzen will send it over to the left side. Shot, and it's going to bounce wide. It's going to be Ithaca ball. Cam Isaac, the former Webster Thomas Titan, with a shot. Bombers in transition, and they will get the clear. We're under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. And we have the timeout.
Ithaca College
Coach
calls
Long
timeout.
and the Ithaca Bombers. Just tuning in. This is a game where the Tigers started off pretty well, 2-0, but then a 5-0 run. Catching RIT a little off guard there with perhaps the ride for Ithaca today. Just like how that was the story for RIT in the win over Union on Saturday, I think that is one of the main reasons here Ithaca got a little confidence here going.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've done an outstanding job. Ground balls, turnovers, causing a ton of turnovers, double-digit turnovers for RIT, and right now still hanging on to that lead.
Folks, we invite you down to RIT for Imagine RIT. The date, Saturday, May 7th from 10 to 5. Great family activities. Imagine RIT. By the way, it's free. Check it out. It's one of the best events of the year with the Rochester Institute of Technology. Gene Battaglia, Craig Rudzinski. Our director today is Kevin Roach. RIT Sports On Live, an in-house production. The Rochester Institute of Technology on the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. As today, Ithaca, top 10 team themselves, and I'm sure they came in here wanting to show everybody that, hey, if you're a top 10 team, well, you're a national contender, and Ithaca so far giving RIT everything and then some.
Absolutely, and I think RIT recognized that going into this contest, that Ithaca is one of the regional powers here in Division III lacrosse.
Morrell will give it to the outside, and now to the far side this will go off the timeout. Morrell. Walker gets it back. The senior now. This goes. Shumway, who has 3 goals today. Shumway pulls back. Ithaca being patient here as Morrell. Far side, Fitzpatrick will give it up. Cotton. Bombers keep it in the box here, working it around. Cotton fires a deflection front.
Shumway with the goal. Great ball movement, great patience by the Bombers offense as they keep working that ball around. Looking for the cutter in front. And somehow that pass gets through, and Shumway with a big goal here at the tail end of the first half.
Shumway's 4th, and give the assist on that beautiful feed by Jake Cotton to make it a 12-9 game.
Ithaca College goal, his 4th of the game, scored by number 14, Jack Shumway.
Ground ball.
Assisted by number 18,
And the Tigers will
Jake
pull back
Cotton.
here, set it up
Last minute of play in the quarter, last minute.
on the near side. Jake Kuhn call timeout? No, they'll let the play keep running here. Tigers not thinking just one as Hasek has it stripped, but it trickles through. That is what you call a greasy goal. Now it's 12-10.
Sometimes when you score, there's a little luck involved. We take a look at the replay. Over to Hasek, batted off of him, and rolls by the goaltender.
Hasek's second today, cutting it to 12-10. And now the Tigers have every opportunity to strike quick. And now, wouldn't you know, Hasek will take this draw here for the Tigers.
Mr. Everything for head coach Jake Kuhn of the Tigers.
Player of the Year in 2015, Matt Hasek.
RIT goal, his
Ground
2nd of
ball.
the game, scored by number
And that's going to
42,
be
Matt
scooped up by the
Hasek.
Bombers in transition. Right side,
Assisted
shot
by
and a
number
goal.
37,
Shumway is having a
Trevor
day
Smith.
here for the Bombers. That is his 5th.
Both teams now scoring 7 times here in the second quarter. And what a nice feed over on that left wing, and he rips it top corner. Is that his 5th today already?
It is his 5th indeed, Craig. And this is unusual for the Tigers. Their season high for giving up goals was the win on April 2nd against St. Louis. They gave up 12. Here, we haven't even gone through a half yet.
Correction, Ithaca College goal, his 5th of the game, scored by number 14,
And they give
Jack
up now
Shumway.
their 13th, so a
Assisted by
season
number
high in goals
25,
allowed for
Eli
RIT.
Gilbrecht.
And it comes in a single half of play. What is going on here today? Is the ground ball on the far side. And it's going to go over to the Tigers.
This ball push. RIT with the last possession.
They're looking at the clock at this end of the field. They have time to get off a good shot. And Jake Kuhn will call the timeout with 12.3
RIT
seconds
calls
remaining
timeout.
here before halftime. Thirteen to 10 is our score. This is a Tiger team that they've had playoff success under Jake Kuhn, getting all the way to the national final in 2013 and then to what you would call the Final Four, the semifinals in 2014 and 2015.
Yeah, unfortunately, 4 of those seasons they ran into Tufts as the Jumbos have become the gold standard of Division III lacrosse, and RIT right behind them.
Now they lost 2 years ago. They announced 2,500 here, but it felt like more fans. It was really a true campus event here.
I was here, sitting on the hill across the way. We had a Nighthawks playoff game the night before, and made a whole weekend out of out of watching lacrosse.
Meanwhile, behind us, RIT baseball taking on Brockville. That baseball game for the Tigers, they prevailed on Saturday. I think that got over, what, 6 o'clock at night? A doubleheader. Tigers battling back in 10 innings to defeat RPI in baseball.
And RPI is the last loss, the only loss of the year for Ithaca, 8-7.
All right, so here is the last opportunity for the Tigers this half. As now ground ball, Wagner, Selesky both fighting for it, and that's going to run out the clock. Not exactly Tiger lacrosse in that first half. Our score at the half, Ithaca leading RIT 13 to 10. Coming up next, we'll have a feature on Matt
Fans, be sure to
Hasek.
stop by the concession stand.
This is
during
RIT
halftime.
Sports Zone Live on the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. All right, so Jake Kuhn shaking things up as Nick Nesbitt is going to go into goal for RIT. In place of Jared Lee. Craig, what do you think of the move here?
Well, I think you just got to shake things up a little bit. I mean, you go from two contrasting styles. Jared Lee's a righty, 6'5", 225. Nesbitt, 5'10", 160, and a lefty. So trying to get some momentum going in his direction, so he changes up the netminders here at halftime. And Nesbitt is coming off a great game in the win over Union as well.
Morrell now sending it back, and this goes now to Fitzpatrick. Morrell outside the box. Quick shot. Beautiful save by Nesbitt. Seeing that one the whole way. His outlet pass, a ground ball at midfield. Lee can't get to it. Contested, and that is going to be scooped up by Morrissey, the long pole, and a clearing attempt coming up. So not a good clear, but a big save made by Nesbitt.
Yeah, what a great way to come off the bench. Give your team a lift. A huge save by Nesbitt.
Januszkiewicz keeping it in the box. And he'll toss it back to Josh Delapuka. 13-10, Ithaca with the early advantage here in the third. It's going to be knocked away. Hasek now, the long pole, long stick midi, keeping it himself. The self-clearing machine. And Hasek, and he will stay on the field for the time being, and the Tigers will set up their first offensive set here in the second half. Wallace. Lane catch with Sturzen. Backner number 23 on the field. Hasek will step off. Zaleski now stepping onto the field, dishing it off. The feed down low. Sturzen, he had Lee open on the weak side, could not find him. Tigers will work it around here. Backner, as the defense slides with him, and now behind the cages will go. Kyle Sturzen. Back to Levick at 6'4", Chad Levick trying to back his way down. The shot, save is made, the rebound to the near side, and they're gonna get the push on RIT.
Push call on Zaleski, and the Bombers will have the ball. One of the things that they were so, here's a turnover.
Lee putting his stick right up in the air and then fires it wide, and then out of bounds. Nobody home anywhere close to the area for RIT.
He's trying to catch the Sydenham off guard, and he fires it wide of the net.
Well, second time today, Lee is in transition, missed, and the Tigers and not able to maintain the possession. Flag coming down on this, and it's going to be against the Tigers. And the crowd not at all happy. RIT have to go on the man up here.
We may be getting a slash. Matt Palin making the call. Hall of Famer in his own right as a player at Syracuse.
So it's going to be on Sturzen.
RIT penalty on number 2, Kyle Sturzen. A 1-minute personal foul
We haven't
for
seen the
slashing.
two-man game be that effective today against that Ithaca defense. It's a lot of one-on-one from their offensive players.
Ithaca 1-for-1 on the man up here today. Cotton pushing it off. Their leading score, and quick ball moving here by the Bombers. Shumway fires, save made, and that ball will deflect to the far side. So second save made by Nesbitt. Out of bounds, still Ithaca ball. 29 seconds remaining on the man up. Quickly the Bombers back into the box. Cotton sends it over to the far side. Delapuka to Walker. Quick ball movement here by the Bombers. 15 remaining in the man up. Delapuka off his hands, the grass slowing that up. they're going to say was knocked away by the Tiger defense. 5 seconds remaining, the man up. And the Tiger defense will get it back to even strength here. Shot high and wide. Closest, yes. Nesbitt got out. So since Nesbitt has gone in, the Tigers have now thwarted 3 Ithaca possessions. It remains a 3-goal Ithaca lead.
Now they just got to get it working on their end offensively.
And the feed successful. The Tigers get the clear. Lee calling for it. We get a whistle here.
Hurry up, someone. Please.
Yeah, there's 2 balls on the field there, Craig. How did that happen?
Going for the double bonus.
Yeah. Get a little confusing there. Selesky stepping out onto the field. Raymond Wallace giving it up. Wallace with 2 goals today. Had the first for the RIT Tigers. Again, RIT jumping out to the 2-0 lead. A 5-0 run by the Bombers. And Ithaca has been in control here since then. There's the shot and the save made. Sydenham making the save on Wallace. Here come the Bombers in transition. They'll get the clear, but they want more than just that. It's the shot and the goal. That's number 7, Stephen Morrell, the sophomore from Palmyra, and it's a 4-goal Bomber lead.
Off the save by Sydenham, they work the ball quickly, as you said, Gene, in transition. And right down the alley fires that one home as Nesbitt gives up his first one of the second half.
For Morrell, that is his 2nd today. Also had the 2nd goal in this game. I think that the first goal for the Bombers made it a 2-1. Again, the 14 goals the Tigers have given up, that is a season high here today. And RIT,
Ithaca College goal, his
still a
second
lot
of
to
the
be
game,
played here.
scored by number 7, Stephen
Now
Morrell.
down by 4 is Ricci off the face-off, sending it ahead to Sturzen. Sturzen will enter the box. Isaac will step out on the field to get a run in here. Dave Schuster, number 21, also getting a run in here for RIT. Schuster lost the handle. Ground ball, unforced error. Squirts free, but that's going to be intercepted and then knocked away. Still in contention. Isaac with the ground ball. And now he has it stripped away. Back and forth we go. Scooped out. Cotton from his knees will give it up. Janiskevich in transition, fires it wide. And again, the hustle there of the keeper Nesbitt. The Tigers with a clearing opportunity. Physical play here today at RIT. Josiah gets knocked down. Good defense there by Drillick. In transition, here come the Bombers, but slowing up is number 14, Shumway.
Yeah, Janisevich was the one that scooped up that ground ball. He's all over the field today.
King getting a run in. King giving it up. Fitzpatrick will touch it over now to Drillick. Shot off the iron. Deflects out, and Isaac will get that ground ball. Tigers catch a break here, and then getting belted at midfield was Isaac, and he lost the handle. Ithaca playing the Tigers very physical today. And it is a 4-goal Bomber lead. What's at stake here? 52 straight regular season wins for the Tigers, and they've got some work to do, as now we are midway through this 3rd quarter. Walker will hand it back to Morrell. Morrell gets around the defender. Morrell going in front, cuts to the side of the cage. And again, Nesbitt holding his position. Hannigan thought about sending it up far up the field, but the Tigers will get the clear here. Bosco will just gently touch into the box, step back out. Bosco stepping off the field, and coming onto the field is Vachner. Greg, how about getting Levick and Lee involved in this? Get them some touches here.
Well, that would be the case. I mean, Sturzen as well.
And the feed in front, and there is Lee. Lee on the field, the feed from Selesky. Ryan Lee with his second today, and that makes it 14-11.
So Ryan Lee takes the feed and roofs it. And RIT gets one back.
Has their first goal here in this third quarter. And again, 13-10 was our halftime score. Pace is considerably changed here in this second half.
RIT goal, his third of the game, scored by number 45, Ryan Lee. Assisted by number 31, Alec Selesky.
14-11 our score, and the Tigers get another possession here.
Just got to keep chipping away, be patient. You don't have to rush things. Still a ton of time left in this game.
Selesky entering the box. Lee is to his left. Selesky fires it wide. Tigers closest to where it went out. Sturzen pick up a ball on the end line. Here's Kyle Sturzen. The long stick on him. He'll get a pick. That's Lee. Lee is standing alone on the weak side. Can't get it to him, however. And he'll come back up top. Selesky running toward the cage. Selesky has it knocked away. Ground ball in front. Scooped up by the Bombers. Cody Swing, number 12, with the ground ball in the possession. Wenham, as the Tigers being aggressive here on this ride, the 10-man ride with the goaltender Nesbitt near midfield. Now Nesbitt's going to have to drop back. In transition, however, Hasek, who else with the ground ball? The Tigers coming back the other way. Hasek, and a ground ball to the near side. This goes to Lee. Lee is going to opt to reset the whole thing here for RIT. Josh Harris now will step off the field. The Tigers will check in their offensive personnel as Wallace will step on. Lee to the far side. Wallace is camping out in front. Vachner make a move, gets a pick from Selesky. Dishes it off, and the Tigers work it around the perimeter with just over 4 minutes remaining here in this third quarter. Wallace in the far corner. Here's the playmaker Ryan Lee with it. Lee up top, feed down low, beautiful feed to Levick, and a big time save made. Levick denied by Scott Sydenham. Now in transition, Ithaca. As Cotton will slow it up. That might be the save of the game so far.
Yeah, fantastic save, robbing Levick right in front of the net off the nice feed from Ryan Lee.
Trillick now putting his left hand up into the air. Delapuka also on the field getting a touch here. Trillick sending it back. Delapuka Now to Shumway. 5 goals today for Shumway. Byers sends it wide. Still Bomber possession.
Nice defense there by Kristen. And head coach Jake Kuhn says very steady defenseman.
And a scavenge on the far side, back to Della Puca. Sends over the near side, quick shot and a great defense. Greg, as just you were mentioning, Tigers step up, 14-11. The Tigers down by 3, and they'll have a clearing attempt coming up.
Trevor Smith jumped right in the shooting lane and took that one right off the body to take away that opportunity. I think it was Janisevich there was wide open and let that one fly, but coming right in with Smith to knock it away.
Now, lacrosse is a strange game, isn't it? As we had 14 goals combined in the second. Here in the third quarter, just 2. 1 for each team. Tigers with an opportunity to cut into this lead as Wallace on the break, dishing it off. Labasco fires it just wide, and closest to it was Ryan Lee. Sidman coming up with a save. Now the ground ball midfield.
Over and back.
Yep, and it's going to go over to the Bombers. Now here they are in transition. Cotton fires and scores. Tigers not back defensively, not ready for that. That is Jake Cotton. 1:51 remaining here in the third. The Tigers are down by 4. Wallace. Wallace
play in the quarter,
bending it off. Great individual effort. His third goal today. Braden Wallace showing some strength for RIT.
And Braden Wallace, take a look here. He leans into the defender and fires it past Sydenham. And RIT down 3, 15-12.
Comes with under a minute to go here. If Ricci can get a draw here for the Tigers. 3 goals was the halftime margin at 13-10. 15-12 is our score.
All right,
said he's from Oakville, Ontario. So is Brad
Scored by
Gillies.
number 13,
He's one of the
Brendan
RIT assistant
Wallace.
coaches.
Ricci winning the draw. The Tigers likely will not stall here for the final shot. Or will they, Craig? What do you think?
I think if they've got an opening, they're going to take it, but still 30 seconds to work with. I would say they're going to keep playing that up-tempo style here.
Zaleski and Wagner playing catch outside the box. And it's apparent here. Again, they're not looking at the clock at this side of the field other than the man behind the cage. The entry pass knocked away, ground ball. It looked like Lee was going to get to it, popping up into the air. Lee fighting desperately for that. Ground ball near midfield. We're running out of time here in the half. And that's going to do it. Ithaca looking for the upset today. The Tigers have not lost in the regular season since March of 2013. We go to the 4th. Tigers are down by 3 on Sports Online.
RIT Tigers 12.
No panic from Jake Kuhn. Tigers have been down before in the 4th, but think about this streak. This regular season winning streak, that dates back to March 27, 2013.
That's a long time ago. He said he's not going to scream and yell. He's trying to keep everyone on the sideline composed and focused on coming back and winning this game.
I think Ithaca's been physical today, and the Tigers have been a little sloppy here. It's a bad combination.
Oh, absolutely. Like we said, I mean, they had, at halftime, 8 turnovers.
Well, there's a guy that can certainly help the Tigers get back into this is Hasek. Scooping that one up, sends it back. And the Tigers with the first possession as we are in the 4th. Wallace with 3 goals today. Has it knocked away.
17 turnovers today for RIT. Thank you to Chuck Hinkle for that statistic. 19 is their high this year.
Selesky entering the box. Selesky fires, sends it wide. And we get a whistle, and there's actually an Ithaca player that is down. And a timeout called on the field as a result.
Ithaca College calls timeout.
We have a timeout by Ithaca. We will come back with the Tigers down by 3 on Sports Online. The injured bomber, Steven Landsberg, okay after being looked at by the trainers. So RIT with the possession here, down by 3. You know, about the streak here, Craig, is there's the shot, save made, and a clearing attempt coming up for the Bombers.
Nice save on Wallace there by Sydenham.
In transition, there's Shumway with the shot, and the save is made. So stepping up big today is Nesbitt in relief. And the Tigers here will walk up the field to get the clear. Do they care as much about the streak as we think that they would? I mean, they're more focused on getting a national championship.
Absolutely. I mean, from year to year, you're graduating different players, especially at the collegiate level. I mean, again, that's something that you and I talk about, the media talk about. I know that someone like Jake Kuhn is just focused on today's game, and then once this game's over, he'll be focusing on the following week.
We're on to Cincinnati. Or in this case, Vassar. There's a shot and a goal. That's Kyle Sturzen with a good grip and rip. It's now a 2-goal game.
Nice to see Sturzen put one in. He had 4 goals and an assist in the win on Saturday, and he fights off his defender. Now lets that one go from the off wing. Senior captain, one of the leaders here on the RIT sidelines. It's like another coach on the field, Kyle Sturzen.
RIT goal, his
Ricci
second of the
fighting
game,
for that,
scored
but it's
by
going to be
number 2,
won by the
Kyle
Bombers.
Sturzen.
It's Grant Osachi winning the draw. And it'll be out of bounds.
No one really came to him, so he elected to take the shot.
His dad headed up the sales for the Buffalo Bills Radio Network for a number of years. As now this will be Bombers maintaining the control here. Outside the box this goes. Shumway, who's got 5 goals today, leading all players in this game. And now the 2-man game here for the Bombers. Janisevich sending it back up to Cotton, and the Tigers defensively over quick. Morrell fires and scores.
Morrell's having himself one heck of a game.
Careful.
As we take a look at the replay, sophomore Mitty takes that pass from Janisevich. And that one was fed in front, and then a step back in the shot. As Janisevich to Cotton.
Tough for Nesbitt to pick that one up here.
Yeah, Morrell with another one.
Ithaca College goal, his 3rd of the game, scored by number 7, Stephen Morrell. Assisted
Morrell's
by number
3rd.
18, Jake Cotton.
Another win on the draw here for the Bombers. Versace will just gently make that, excuse me, that's number 20, Steven Landsberg steps into the box. He will step off. And hand it back to Brandon King. Biggest margin today for Ithaca was at 4 goals. Cotton behind the net. And the save is made. Nesbitt keeping the Tigers in this game.
Great save on that shot by Shumway.
Tigers in transition. Not to be outdone the other end. That's Sydenham.
2 great stick saves at both ends of the field.
Under 11 to go. Delapuca killing some time outside the box. Delapuca sends it high, and the unforced error as trying to climb the ladder there was John Janisevich. And the Tigers here with an easy clear. Wallace outside the box. Wagner also on the field, number 23. He's got it right now, and Selesky, number 31, stepping up. So the Tigers have their main offensive personnel on the field. Down by 3 is Selesky. Dishing it back.
Go, Chef.
Wagner fires, and the save is made, picking that one cleanly. Stick side too, which is always key. Scott Sydenham.
Saw that one all the way.
Outlet pass, ground ball. Hasek knocking that one away. And the Bombers with the possession. Just an odd fact in this game, the Tigers have not gone on a man up today.
Only 2 today, both for the Bombers.
Janisevich. Back, the quick shot and a goal. That's number 24, Kalen Fitzpatrick. And this match is the biggest lead of the day for the Bombers. It's 17-13.
Take a look on this nice goal, Janisevich. Over to Fitzpatrick. Nice split dodge, goes low stick side. A 4-goal lead for Ithaca.
Comes with 8:57 remaining.
Ithaca College goal scored by number 24, Kalen Fitzpatrick.
Ricci not getting off, takes a quick shot. Ground ball in front off the rebound. And now coming out of the crease, still no whistle. That's going to score it free. Hasek and others, but coming away with that ground ball, Winston Wenham. And the clearing attempt here for the Bombers will be successful.
That wasn't 7. They gotta have 7 to be off. Nice job, Keith.
I know Ricci wants to make something happen, Craig, but is it a case of trying to press a little too much here, maybe?
Well, sometimes, you know, you can win a face-off and score a goal. It really gives your team a huge lift. He's tried that twice today. Unfortunately, he's been stopped both times.
Knocked away in front of the ground ball. And a whistle, and
they're saying RIT re-entered the crease with the ball. It's a nice stick check in front to take that ball away from Janisevich.
Urel. All sorts of contributors for this young Bomber team today as Murrell on the far side. Cotton ready there to set a pick. Murrell fires, sends it high and wide.
Yeah, one of the things Coach Long said, he said, it's been different players that have stepped up all year long. He says, unfortunately, I don't know who those players are until game time.
Feed to the near side, ground ball. That'll be picked up by Murrell. And now the Bombers just working an empty set here, working it around. Weak side shot by Drillick. Still Bomber ball here as Drillick will get it back.
And Kristen actually blocked that shot.
Knocked away. And the Tigers here with an opportunity. Good defense. Shot. And that goes wide. That was number 30, Patrick Hannigan, in transition. Tigers down by 4. Still lots of time here. 6:25 remaining, but do we have to pick it up here a little bit of your RIT? It's Wallace. J.D. Hall staying out there. And now Lee will wait to get different personnel on. Shot going wide, and officials looking around, and it will remain RIT ball. Sturzen joins the attack. So Riley on the far side had it knocked away. Levick camping out in front. Riley sends it back up top to Sturzen. Wallace sends it back to Riley. Riley right around the crease, sends it back to Sturzen, back to Riley. Here's Ryan Lee, had 8 points in the win over Skidmore. That was a couple of Saturdays ago. Tying a career high. Lee still with the possession. Sends it back up top. The shot, save the rebound, put back up and in. That's Lee with the goal for RIT.
Big goal for Ryan Lee after the initial save by Sydenham. You'll see here in the replay, Ryan Lee behind the net. Feeds it up top, the initial save, the scoop, the dive, the finish.
So Lee just a quiet fist pump there. He's got more work to do. If there is such a thing, that's a quiet 4 goals today for Ryan Lee. And that cuts the Ithaca lead here to 3.
RIT goal, his 4th of the game.
Ricci getting knocked down.
Ryan Lee.
Push.
Yeah, they will call the push there. I was gonna say. Labasco has it knocked away, ground ball. Lee over there to help out. Tigers get the possession here as we're under 5 minutes to go. A winning streak on the line for RIT. Sturzen outside the box. Wallace will send it over to Levick. Back this goes. Vachner with it. Vachner fires, save is made, rebound, and Lee will come up with it.
Lee again, with a huge ground ball.
Another shot and another save. So Sydenham with 2 big saves on that sequence. And now a clearing attempt coming up for the Bombers, a little over 4 minutes remaining.
Both saves off shots by Vachner.
Long pass, an unforced error.
Coach Long telling his team to settle it down.
That's one of the seniors, Eli Goldbrack. Had that goal from, what, 3/4 of the field early on today? That was his highlight, and that last play, a not so highlight play, as now it'll be the Tigers back into the box.
13, 13.
Hosick will step off. And Sturzen stepping on here for RIT as we're down to 3:25 remaining.
Get through, Scorsese. Right now.
Wallace fires, big save made. Scott Sydenham is coming up big down the stretch here for the Bombers. Another clearing attempt coming up. Ground ball. Still not into the box. And now finally Ithaca can afford to kill some time here as we're under 3 minutes to go.
Getting a crunch time now. RIT needs possessions.
Tigers taking some chances on the double team, and the feed down low in. That's Shumway's 6th today on the feed from Michael Walker. And now it is looking more and more like the streak will come to an end. 18-14 as we take a look at this last goal, and that assist, I beg your pardon, goes to Kalen Fitzpatrick, number 24.
And the beautiful finish by Shumway. That's going to be a tough one to come back from. 4-goal deficit right now for RIT.
Well, here's the one way. That's at the face-off X you need. You know, they scored 3 goals in 18 seconds back in the second quarter.
Ithaca College goal, his 6th of the game, scored by number 14, Jack Shumway. Assisted by number 24,
Hosick winning the draw, scoops it ahead. And here go the Tigers quickly to work. The feed down low. Shot and a goal. Chad Levick, the beneficiary, 2:21 remaining.
Levick scores off the stick fake. And RIT back within 3 as moving the ball very quickly. Ricci over to Levick and skips that one home.
Tigers are down by 3. Ricci back at the face-off X. Landsberg for Ithaca. Number 20 counterparts here battling one another.
RIT goal, his 3rd of the game, scored by number 44, Chad Levick.
As Hosick,
Assisted by number
veteran
20,
move,
Stephen
kicking that
Ricci.
one to some space. He will gather that ball, and the Tigers go back to work here, but no time to waste now as Wallace quickly sends it over to the near side. The Tigers enter the box as we're under 2 minutes remaining here. Wagner over to Wallace. Here's Sturzen making a move. Kyle Sturzen going in. Losing his footing. Gives it over to Wallace. Wallace trying to advance. Ithaca step for step defensively. Nothing for RIT to look at as the Tigers let 30 seconds go on by here without getting a shot off. Zaleski handing it back to Sturzen. Sturzen double pick there. Sending over to Levick. Levick fires and scores.
Huge goal by Levick. Cuts to the middle, takes that feed, and bounces it past Sydenham, and then we've got a 2-goal game.
Sturzen and Levick is there, you see. That's your basketball pick and roll play there. You just kind of get lost there a little bit. And Levick, well, he has that basketball type of frame at 6'4". All right, the Tiger fans making noise here. They need the face-off win here. 18-16, and it's up to Ricci, along with his teammates, including Hosick, number 42, trying to get this face-off win.
RIT goal.
Ricci fighting for it. That's going to be kicked free, and Ithaca's going to come up with it.
By number 2,
Tigers have to gamble
Sturzen.
defensively. No, it's denied. Knocked behind the net. No goal, but now Ithaca can kill some time here as running around is Shumway. Jack Shumway on the far side. 6 goals today, has it knocked away, a ground ball, and the Tigers come up with it. Hannigan with the ground ball. He's going to lead the attack. Dishing it back to Hall. Hall back to Hannigan, feeding it down low, and the Tigers will roll out of bounds. That was the opportunity, Craig.
That was intended for Ryan Lee. Now just 30 seconds to go.
Ithaca essentially one clear away from taking this game. And flag coming down, it's going to be against the Tigers. They're going to get Josh Harris, number 40. Now the Ithaca bench, they feel it with 22 seconds remaining in this game.
30 seconds.
Well, they knew they had a dangerous opponent in RIT.
Penalty on number 40, Josh Harris. A 30-second.
And Coach Long drew up what he said was a very simple game plan. Stick to simple concepts. Just play a strong game. Don't give RIT second opportunities. Don't make too many mistakes. And they have played that out to a T today.
This young Ithaca team grew up a lot today, and they are for real. Tigers are going to have to regroup after this one. For the first time since March of 2013, the Tigers have lost a regular season game. How much does this mean? Look at the Bombers storm the field. This for a non-conference game, and Ithaca showing they are for real. They are contenders. Their 11th straight win. Again, for the RIT Tigers, falling here today in front of their home fans. The winning streak is over. It ends at 52 consecutive regular season wins. The Tigers fall 12-1 on this season. Coming up next, we'll have the post-game show, highlights. Try to get a hold of Jake Kuhn as well. Our final score today from RIT Field as the Tigers fall 18-15.